And get our things ready here to make it all enjoyable, as false start will be penalized as we're ready to go racing here at Trail Mountain for round 1 season 3 with Plenty on pole, Kane in P2 and Ryan in P3. The 5 lights are all red and they're going to go green now. It's going to be a good start for Plenty. It's going to be a brilliant start for Ryan Cooper, who already jumps Kane, and he's about to jump Plenty as well, heading towards turn 1. They're going to be will to will, rather he's going to be through already, and ahead of him will be Ryan, and Ryan makes an overtake and gets the job done. Plenty in P2, followed by GT in P3. Kane has lost out. Kane has to be the biggest loser here in this one, as we're going to get the names off and get it off to make it a bit more cleaner. Meanwhile, Kane in P4 is now going to be chasing up GT up at the front. Meanwhile, RLD right behind those guys will be there as well. Meanwhile, One Parawood and Lysandro going to be going side by side, or in fact, it's going to be Lysandro and Numpty Ned who overtakes these guys. RLD in P5, Numpty in P6, then with Lysandro in P7, which again his livery's not loading up. Meanwhile, One Parawood will be looking up for an opportunity, but at the back, look at this. There's going to be wheel banging and drivers really making contact, as we'll have Smoke in P10 at the moment trying to fight, and up ahead against Need to. Will he get the job done though? They're going to be wheel to wheel almost. They're going to be side by side. There's 2 wide at different places between drivers. Is it going to be Lysandro and One Parawood, or is it going to be Nitu and Smoke in there? They're going to make it 3 wide, heading towards a left-hand corner and into the right-hander now. Absolute brilliant racing already. We're only on lap 1 out of 15. Remember that, ladies and gentlemen. Only in lap 15, there's drivers at the back at Nitu, nearly going wide while going side by side with One Parawood. They're still going to be side wheel to wheel, nearly making contact once more. Is it going to be One Parawood or Nitu later on the brakes? And it had to be Nitu. Oh, they're nearly going to make contact. They will indeed make contact, and nearly loses it. Does there One Parawood, and he'll be back at it once more. He'll be bringing that pressure from Wolf. He's going to be racing for Racing Hoons, and the Racing Hoons driver is going to be side by side with One Parawood, wheel to wheel between the two, heading towards turn 1. Who is it going to be? And it might be One Parawood, or in fact Wolf Club. It will be. They're still side by side. Absolute brilliant bravery shown by these drivers to give it all at the back. Meanwhile, let's go back to the front, as Ryan Cooper already for Pool Race Racing in P1. He's taken the lead straight away. He got a brilliant start, got ahead of Kane, and then he went up and got ahead of Plenty as well, who for Chemistry Racing, ladies and gentlemen, is racing. His car should be green, but eventually shows up as blue to us for some odd reason. But unless he's changed, that's what the livery. No, he hasn't. Even in this one, we could see. Oh, we could actually identify what car we have. So now look at that. Chemistry's Plenty is going to be out there. Meanwhile, this is going to be Kane, and Plenty might be side by side. Kane might be going for it for second place. Can he get the job done? No, he can't. As RLD will be right behind him as well. The one driver for Apex Originals who's fighting at the front and in between the top 5. He's really going to get the job done, and GT, another driver who fought for the championship last season, is up in P5 at the moment. It's only round 1, race 1. But the drivers are at it. They're all going to be after it. There's a bit of a gap forming up between these guys here then. So, ooh, it might not be though, as Lysandro and Monte Carlos are going to be going at it all out here at the front. At the back, I shall say. So remember, everybody who finishes score points, and with that, P11 and 12 should be getting 23 and 22 points as well. Moving forward again, once going up to the top and front, Ryan Cooper seems to have the speed and the pace that he would be showing up here. He qualified P3, but is absolutely doing an excellent job since the start of this race, and he's got it brilliantly within only 3 laps. They're on lap 3 out of 15. Meanwhile, plenty in P2 so far. Plenty in P2. Kane in P3 with RLD in P4. This could be a nice little fight. Fighting for P2. Along with the GT, who's right behind, arriving just behind these guys. But can he, though? Because that's going to be an interesting feat. Oh, RLD is flashing his headlights right behind Kane. But will he be able to get past him, though? Because that's the main question. Obviously, we're only very early, you know. We're absolutely early in this race, so you don't expect drivers to go side by side or wheel-to-wheel racing every now and then. But definitely, we have seen some aggressiveness straight away, especially if I recall my final race of the last season was very chaotic as well. So just keeping that in mind. And in my mind, I'm thinking they're going to go for it. Obviously, lap 3 out of 15 now. And now, after the start, I'll say maybe things are just about getting easier here. Still, drivers, a lot of them are going to be in slipstreams of one another. But just about things are easing off. But might not be easing off around here, as Monte Carlos and Lisandro are still at it and behind each other. By the looks of it, Monte Carlos will be Lisandro will be after Monte Carlos, and one or the other could overtake each other. Meanwhile, meanwhile Chris in P13, Page in P14, so still the wheel-to-wheel margin that I was talking about could be having up here, and we might just have up here as heading towards turn 1. Monte Carlos and Lisandro are going to be very closer to each other. Lisandro might try and send it on the inside line. Ooh, he was not close enough to send the lunge. Would have thought from that angle he was sending the lunge, but eventually no. But a little bit wide goes Monte Carlos. That will surely allow Lisandro to get closer to him, and as closer as he gets, will he be able to get past him though? Oh, they nearly go to the back of Nitu there. Not sure what happened, because there must have been a huge incident, because now Wolf Club is colliding with a wall. Not quite sure what exactly went wrong with him. Meanwhile, Nick Page will try to get past him as well, but Nitu Ray at the back going very slow as well. Meanwhile, Smoke is in P15. Remember, mandatory pit stop is there as well, so you have to, you will eventually get to come in the pits and change your tires. But look at that. You can't really identify much damage on these cars, so we can't know because of that. But by the looks of it, there is definitely something that has happened, and we missed out on it. Ooh, but we aren't going to miss out on this one. We have a fight between Monte Carlos and Lisandro here. Meanwhile, fight to the front. May not be the case. There's one Parawood from P7, but then these three could be in here, but maybe. Oh, maybe we are getting a fight here, as Pep, Blenny, Kane, and RLD are all going to be at it. Where Ryan Cooper has decided to come into the pits and change those soft compound tires, as everybody else is on racing hard and medium tires to go a little bit longer. Meanwhile, GT is going to be there around the outside. They're already 2 wide. He's going to make it 3 wide, heading towards turn 1. But they're just going to make it nice and easy. Will Numpty Ned and Numpty and RLD there again. They're still going to be going side by side. Pushes him a little bit wide. They're still rather gonna be there. What about this little view to make it even better and make it easier for us to eventually judge out here? Meanwhile, in P1 and 2, obviously these guys will be pitting up, but to try and do everything you can, at least for the moment, it is the lead of the race. It is for a position which obviously will be better than their previous if they're able to do it and get the job done. Meanwhile, Smoke will get the job done on Jones, and through will be Smoke up to P13, and he's gonna, with that move, will plus 1 more point. But will he though? Because he goes very wide, and that's gonna allow C Jones to come back at him nice and easy. But will he? No, again he comes back on the track and gets the job done. One moment you think that he's overtaken, then the other moment he gets overtaken. That is all of the action we're getting here. And remember, this is only race 1, round 1, race 1. So that is all sorts of things and brilliant. Just within 5 laps, you know, lap 5 out of 15. So looking at things fights currently are going to be possibly these guys are catching up to One Per Wood, Lizandro and Monte Carlos. Slightly behind them is GT Craze as One Per Wood in P6. After him, it's going to be GT, RLD, and Numpty Ned are still going side by side. These battles for these guys are still on. A battle for P3 is going to be on and up on the table here. Is it going to be Numpty Ned, or is it going to be RLD who's going to be taking up the charge? And it has to be Numpty so far. He keeps it, doesn't move an inch, and has to keep it to himself. Meanwhile, Plenty in P1 so far. Still, Ryan Cooper is far down, I believe. Oh, there's going to be Numpty. Sorry, that's going to be Nitu heading towards the wall. And I wonder what he... Oh, sorry, that's not Nitu. That is indeed his teammate, his Papaya teammate. Oh, Craze. And he nearly takes off. Driver's coming right behind. He lost it on his own. And that's going to be really him chilling out now. But he has lost it out. Meanwhile, Ryan Cooper currently in P11 so far. After the pit stop, and definitely after the pit stop, the gaps are going to form, and all those who are closer to one another might slightly just not be closer to each other just about yet. As GT, in a way, kind of about 1.3 seconds on their own. Meanwhile, Kane and Numpty and RRLD also going to be within 1 second of each other. Meanwhile, Kane and Plenty are pretty much within each other and are pretty much within 1 second, within half a second, and anytime soon could be an opportunity for Kane to get his Team Pain car up to the lead of the race, or Plenty to keep his Chemistry Team car up where it's supposed to be. Will RLD send it on the inside line? He will just do it, but will he be able to get this successful move? They're going to be wide side by side, or in fact, he's going to be around the outside, and we will still stay there in P3 and exit it at the better car of that final corner. And what about turn 1 now? And this actually isn't a place which you'd expect drivers to overtake. Oh, or will we though? Because RLD just right behind comes in there, hangs it tight. Will he get the better exit? Yes, he will. Pushes Numpty a little bit wide, or very wide. He nearly loses the car, but doesn't lose it. Gets the control back, and now Numpty will be overtaken by his teammate GT. It's all happening here. For a moment you thought Numpty's through and he won't be attacked. Then RLD attacks him, gets past, and Numpty pushes Numpty wide. And now by the time Numpty rejoins, he gets overtaken by GT as well. So the overtake now has been done by GT in P4. All is going on. The top two in this one are fighting. And then again, it's RLD, JT, and Numpty. 3, then another 3 who are actually slightly far away from one another. One Per Wood, Lizandro, and Monte Carlos. Lizandro for Perez Racing as well. So Ryan Cooper and Page actually pretty close and within 1 second of each other. But would they be fighting anytime soon, or would they be able to make it a thing? So now Ryan Cooper, who pitted and got off the soft compound tire to go onto the medium tire and get rid of that mandatory pit stop. Will he be able to finish this race on those tires? That is a question only time could answer here. So P10 for Page. At the moment, need to in P11 so far, but look at this one. Smoke and Wolf are going to be fighting each other off. They could be having and giving us somewhat little of a battle out here. These guys are almost one top of one another at the moment in terms of fighting. And again at the top, these guys are within 1 second of each other, but not much of a fight is happening. And let's go back to our fighters, and let's go back to our fight we were looking at. And eventually Wolf has came into the pits. That means that fight is no more visible. So Smoke in P12, P13 for Nitu, P10 for Page. Since everybody pits in, it's pretty much gonna equalize things. It's gonna create a space. So this is what we might have just been looking at, because Lizandro and Monte Carlos are still gonna be going at it, and right behind them will come Ryan Cooper, who's gonna be or has been the fastest driver from these three, and will he be able to get past them already here? Or no, I don't think so, because definitely these guys are going to be making it hard for him. They will not make it easy for him at all. He's got not only to get past one, but two cars at this point, with also the pressure of other cars coming right behind him. Will be Page attacking, but they're going to be side by side in the same exact Mercedes car, as both of them are still going to be side by side. Is it going to be Wolf, or is it going to be Ryan Cooper? Might just be Wolf, or Lisandro might get in there as well. All three of them have the exact same car, I believe. Oh, there he goes, Lisandro! Lisandro sends it there on the inside line, and he's going to lose. He runs absolutely wide, and that would only allow Monty and Ryan to get through. That was absolute on the inside line. For a moment you thought he's not going to be through. Maybe he ran a little bit too deep and missed his braking point there while going wheel to wheel, because that was not really the time and place to go for a move there where he went for it. And by the looks of it, Ryan Cooper is into the pits once again. So unless he pitted knowingly previously, not quite sure why he's going to pit now, but understandably we could look up at his fuel, and that is indeed why he will be pitting up as for his fuel of for his car. And yep, by looking at all these drivers at the front, Monte Carlos should be coming in next lap, Numti, and these guys actually have decent fuel, so they probably started with a lot more fuel than Ryan has, or he's just burned all of it, or possibly on the previous stop he would have got tires, and on this one he's gonna get the fuel. He could get tires if he wants, but definitely to save on that time, he might just get those fuel. Definitely these guys would be coming into the pits anytime soon now, with their fuels almost nearly empty as well, and also to get the mandatory pit stop out of the way as well. But looking at this, Plenty still leading, still being the lead driver out of the top two so far, kept it, unless Kane is waiting for an opportunity though. Unless he's waiting for a chance to get past, unless he's waiting for Plenty to make a mistake to get past. I mean, he's a champion, and champions are often obviously it's not impossible for them to make a mistake, but simply they don't make many mistakes, and that is the sole reason why they won the championship, or they were the champion of the season in the first place. As Plenty now comes in finally after using that hard tire for over 9 laps, now making it over to lap 10. Will be Kane. He's going to continue on. So will be RLD, along with GT. All of these guys are going to continue on. And here at this point, some have more fuel than the others, with one Parawood continuing on as well. Possibly should be his final lap, along with Numti is into the pits. Page in P7. Lisandro might have just needed to come into the pits, because his gauge currently flicking, and that would only mean one thing, that you're running out of fuel, and if you don't take care enough, you might have to pay for it. But need to also down as well, so both of them similar, so still he has slight more fuel, possibly can do that one whole lap in terms of where he wants to be. And just about out of the pits is gonna be Plenty. And where is Ryan? Oh, where is Ryan at the moment? Has Ryan jumped up? By the looks of it, he might, or has he though, because Ryan Cooper, I'm trying to find Ryan Cooper at this point. Can't actually find him. Wolf and, oh, alright, oh, that's not them racing, that's just, oh no, in fact, indeed, they are racing there, side by side. Craze and Jones, C. Jones, are actually going to be racing. I would have thought it's one of the lapped cars there, but no, C. Jones is going to have to defend there for 13th place. They just are able to do that around there, but can they do it throughout the whole lap? And no, they might not be, because he's going to go up onto the grass and spin out now, and a huge mistake, a possible clip, a possible give up, or not a give up, but a mistake under pressure. And before he could even catch up to him and really overtake, before that even happens, he made a mistake and went up over the grass. Meanwhile, Wolf is in P14 now, just behind Craze, with Smoke in P12, Monte Carlos in P10, and there is Ryan Cooper, who I said I couldn't find is in P10 at the moment on his own, but many drivers at the front are now pitting. Numpty might have just pitted as he got over half the fuel tank on his car, so would have Plenty, but everybody else now will be coming into the pit, so it's going to be interesting to see where do they exit, where do these guys meet up each other, where do they see one another at this point in time, because Plenty is in P7. He's going to move forward. He is moving forward. What about RLD or anybody who could be coming out on the exit? And GT's going to be coming out, but will he be able to, who will he be able to come out and stay ahead of? Ooh, GT might have just about come out ahead. Oh, nearly going to go into each other, RLD and GT in P2 and 3. Meanwhile, Plenty has went up to the lead of the race, and now that undercut from him has worked out and got it up for him. Lap 11 out of 15. It's going to be on the way. Ooh, there's going to be a chance for GT to do that, right, for RLD to get past GT there as well. These guys are only out of the pits and already going at it, not really waiting for anything at all. Kane and Numpty are going to be P4 and 5 so far, as One Wood in P6 with Ryan Cooper in P7. He's currently doing those fastest laps along with Monte Carlos, who's putting up the speed as well. So Nitu and Lisandro are out there. Nitu for Pures Racing. There's going to be a chance for Lisandro to get past. No, Lisandro for Pures Racing, Nitu for Team Papaya. But now going back up to the front of the field. You're going to be here at it, as Plenty seems to be at the top and in control of this race so far. Of these 11 laps out of 15. Meanwhile, RLD in P2 with GT in P3. Kane is right behind them along with Numpty, so it's going to be interesting to see whether they could catch up to them or not. Which will be a little bit of a thing to say. Meanwhile, one man might have a thing to say. It is going to be RLD who's going to get the move done, and he's going to get past Plenty. I wonder if he made the mistake, though, because now not only Plenty, but GT... Sorry, not only RLD, but GT is going to be on the attack to him as well. He's going to go defensive on the inside line, heading towards turn 1. But will he be able to get the defense done, though? Heading towards turn 1, he'll have the inside line. Oh, there we go. Oh, he's going to go a little bit wide. He's going to go wide, and that would allow Plenty to get back and through again into P2. And now Kane's going to come around the outside of GT. They're going to be side by side, wheel to wheel between the two. Is it going to be Kane? Is it going to be RLD or GT? It is going to be Kane. RLD went for it, GT wanted to go for it as well, but eventually now he not only lost out that second place, but that third place as well. The speed that Kane had, the speed Kane was showing, he's going to continue on in that one right after Plenty, who might have made a mistake, which allowed RLD to get past him, and RLD now leads this race here at Trail Mountain for Apex Originals, who could possibly be heading over for a win as a team. Meanwhile, his teammate is in P6. A 1-6 won't be too bad for them, as Kane is in, Kane in P3 now, right behind Plenty as well. Definitely absolute option, absolute chance for him to get past now. Numpty is going to be there as well. One Wood is on his own. Ryan Cooper just ahead of Monte Carlos, but not really close enough for a fight. Same thing for Page. Not really the same for these two, Lisandro and Nitu, but the fight at the front is happening as well, so we'll be focusing on that one. Meanwhile, Smoker's got a penalty, so it might have been a bit of pressure from Wolf to lose his position, as C-Jones is the final driver up here at the back of the field. RLD leading the race. Already he's got the gap. He has already pulled over 2.8 seconds. Meanwhile, Plenty has got a whole train right behind him now, because it's going to be him, it's going to be Kane, GT, and even Numpty. So 1, 2, 3, and 4 car. This is gonna 4-car battle could be turning on the way, or is it though? Because Numpty once again on the exit just goes up to the grass, and well done to him to really keep it in control, but it could have possibly been a bit tricky in terms of you know, in terms of how it is going to be, because obviously it's not really looking easy for him since I saw him go wide on that grass a couple of times. What about Kane though? He might be in a bit of that pressure before he could catch up to Plenty. There's going to be GT who's going to catch up back to him, and a possible opportunity for him to get past. Where does he move though? He does moves to the outside line, heading towards the left ender. It'll just be Kane who's going to get the job done. He will get the job done. We're on lap 13 out of 15 now. So he should be heading towards the end of this race at the later in here about right now. So it's going to be interesting to see where all of these drivers are going to end up in this one, with this race about to come to an end. Still laps are remaining though, 2.1 seconds. Oh, 2.3, almost 3 seconds now, as these three are going to be going for the fight for second place, and it's really up for grabs. Nobody wants to give it up. Nobody wants to give up that second place, which they're all fighting for. Definitely up, if not the second place, third place is always up for grabs in P3, because there are three drivers, 2 positions, so only one of them is going to finish outside the podium. Ooh, did he go wide? Did he go slightly wide? Did Plenty on towards the grass, which would once again allow those behind to overtake, and GT might be allowed to overtake Kane there, or will he? No, he won't, as Kane will just about get the better exit and do a better job than him and get the exit that he would have just been looking for so far. And once more, GT's going to have the opportunity to get past Kane. He's nearly going to be bumper to bumper. These two are going to be, as again, he's going to be right at the behind him. He doesn't move to the inside or the outside line anytime soon, because he just wants to stay in that slipstream and use all of that, and he will be using that, will he though? Because he's going to run absolutely wide, and again that's going to allow Kane to get past and through. Back and forth is gone. The back and forth is happening all around again and again. Would have thought that it's really going to be, you know, GT. It looked like he was right. He just stood it behind him for a little bit too long time, and I think a little bit too late. He went wide and allowed Kane to get past him, but I think lucky enough for him, he didn't go towards the wall, because had he hit the wall or almost had to stop to avoid the wall, it could have been very difficult, because right now Numpty is right behind them as well. He's not far away at all. One part of it is slightly further behind these guys, but eventually Numpty Ned is at the very back, not at the very back, but in the top 5 and up for grabs in this position battle. Meanwhile, the final lap of this race has now started, and the final lap will be on the way to challenge and to really get this done so far. RLD in P1 leads this race plenty now, 1.4 seconds behind the next car. Puldo as well in P2. Meanwhile, Kane in P3 and GT in P4. All of these guys have now started to get a battle on. Do we have a battle at the very back of the grid? And these two are still going at it. Sorry about that, we might have missed a bit of this. Means DT goes absolutely wide, and they'll be allowed for Lysander to get past. Or will he though? Yes, he will get past him. Yeah, so what I was saying, that definitely there is multiple battles, but obviously one at the front seems to be the more one that we're going to have a look at. So now our race leader is already towards the final sector on the track around here, as they will be making their way. They now lead by over 2.9 seconds. So they've done an absolute epic job. Meanwhile, GT has gotten past Kane out there, which we did not have a look at all. It is going to be, he's still got the final corner to go. Meanwhile, at the back, Kane might have made a mistake. He's far behind him, so it could only be that Kane made a big mistake that allowed him to get past. And meanwhile, our race leader, RLD, for Apex Racing Originals, is going to be making their way around the final corner now and win race 1 here at Trail Mountain. And that's going to be Plenty in P2, with GT towards the end, just got that P3. Will Numpty and Kane be going side by side towards the finish line? And yes, they will be! An absolute photo finish for them too, over to that finish line, as Ryan Cooper is now going to go up to the finish line, and in P7 will he be, just ahead of Monte Carlos, with Page in P9 and Lisandro in P10 at the moment. So the top 10 has officially been completed of this race. Meanwhile, Nitu is going absolutely slow on the exit, or is he going slower? That's just because of the exit, and he was going slow. Oh, that would be because of fuel, and that compromise will make Smoke take that P11. Nitu in P12, and then comes P14 for C. Jones, and just towards the very end will be Craze Racer, who's just going to be making his way around the final corner now and take the checkered flag as well. And we are done, ladies and gentlemen. We are done for race 1. Absolutely brilliant, as RLD wins this race. Epic racing, a lot happening side by side and wheel to wheel action. Really, all of that ended up happening, and we got what we needed to get towards the end. So this is all we're going to be getting, ladies and gentlemen. Ryan Cooper